Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this is Middara on Tabletop Simulator. We're in Chapter 5. We're trying to get to, well, we got to Greyhaven, or whatever it's called, but we have no interest of actually going there, because we're going straight to the Shadow Lord's realm, or whatever, to try to rescue Justice. And as always, we're going through dense foliage, which is densely populated with monsters. Okay, so with all of that said and done, we'll go ahead and do initiative. Okay, there's no achievements for this one. We're actually running out of achievements. There's Tentacle Collector and Tortured Mortal are the only ones left. Alright, Shayless is going first. And the Gavadan are going to be saying hello to us soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, what I talked about before, you can use Doom Breaks outside your turn. So you can actually do it right before your turn even starts, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Doom Break, which will give us 1 stamina, and then I have to roll the black die. Alright, no skull, so it doesn't flip. And then I'm doing the same thing with Nightingale here as well. Okay, no skull. Alright, I'm considering moving some initiative around so I can get some shots off, but maybe it's okay with letting the Gavadan come towards us. I'm not entirely certain how I feel about it. So, alright, well, in any case, Shayless goes first. She's going to get 1 stamina on the first turn because of haste. And now we get to see what we can do here. We have 6 movement. Shayless is down here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to take 2 stamina to get to where we need to go, which kind of sucks. But there's a few things we can manipulate a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and spend our 2 stamina. Oh, so like I mentioned before, I did it before the turn starts. So my turn then starts and then this refreshes again. That's generally how you do it on the first round to take full advantage of the Doom Break. Anyway, I'm going to spend 2 stamina to move 8 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to here. And we're going to go ahead and get things started with Fist of Polaris. And if any opponent is adjacent to you, move to any adjacent space to that opponent. This does not provoke break attacks. Then make a attack against an opponent you have not attacked this turn. So I haven't attacked this Gavadan yet, so I'll teleport to there. The reason why I'm teleporting there is because this is the board edge, which means I'll get flanking using the Jack of all blades. It's still going to be really hard to hit this thing because it has 16 defense and it's in defensive terrain, hindering terrain. It's also going to be dodging on the first attack. So this is just going to be a little. I'm trying to burn its dodge is the goal here. While this is all happening, I'm going to go ahead and activate the Doom Break officially this turn. Get 1 stamina back and roll this. Okay, so this is going to end up causing it to flip unless I Bottle Blessing it. I'll go ahead and burn a Bottle Blessing for this, just so I don't flip it this early, and go from there. Also, we now have Rare tier, so we actually add all the consumables together at this point. Alright. So let's go ahead and it's going to roll its dodge first. Okay, it rolled 4. I could force it to reroll, but I'm not going to. So it has 20 defense, and is in hindering terrain. So it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and get my 2 blues ready, and we'll see what we can make happen here. It's probably going to miss, and then I'm just going to have to dodge in return. Okay, so it's 15 plus 2 because of my finesse combo brings it up to 17, 18 because of flanking, and then minus 1 brings it back down to 17. So it's definitely a miss. I'll go ahead and let it miss. It's going to get courage. What better way to break in this new character than to have her fail miserably in the first attempt? So it's going to counter. I'm going to use Ninjutsu to dodge. Okay, 3 dice, 3 shields. So that puts me at 18 defense. I'm also flanking this target, which also gives me a +1 defense. So I'm at 19 defense right now. All right, and it gets -1 to its attack, so it misses. It loses courage again. It'll only dodge the first time that it can. So that's been taken care of. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and pop courage and get myself courage up and running. Like so. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with Blade Works. And we'll go ahead and attack. It can't dodge anymore. It only dodges once, right? Yeah, first time each turn the Gavadian is attacked, it'll dodge. Alright, so roll the attack. Alright, so that's 17. So 17. -1 because of hindering brings it down to 16. +1 because of flanking brings it back up to 17. And then +2 because of the Soul Blades combo brings it up to 19. So it's 19 versus 16. So it'll be 3 damage base. +2 for Morbid Leather brings it up to 5. +2 because of the sword combos brings it up to 7 damage. So we're at 7 damage so far. And then it's every 2 gets us 3. So we're at 7 damage right now. So 10, 13, 15 from books, and then 20 from the burst. So it's a total of 20 damage on the Horn Gavadian. Like so. Alright. Then she's going to quick blow off of that and attack again. Same target. Alright, 13. +1, -1 because of flanking and attacking into hindering. And then +2 from this will bring it up to 15. So it's currently a miss. I'm going to exhaust my masterwork to get +1 from that. So it'll be 16 exactly. So it will hit. It's going to get +2 damage because it's going to be base damage 0, then +2 because of the sword combo. So 2 damage, 5 damage from shields, 7 damage from books, and then 12 damage in total from the burst. So 12 damage will finish it off. So I rolled bare minimum and I still did double-digit damage. That's the power of this build here. So killed our first Horn Gavadian. And we get unique loot right off the bat. So we'll go ahead and shuffle the top here and take whatever's here. We get the shield. Alright, so the shield, Virgin's Fearful Oath. So it's a blue die, and the finesse bonus is just +1 attack. The neat thing about this is anytime a figure with an SOI is defeated, you can heal. And then also it gives +2 health on top of the usual armor bonuses. So that's kind of neat. It's definitely an upgrade for Rook there. Saves us, 200 gold or so. Alright, so it's still, that was our quick blow. We still have False Idol, among other things that we could play around with. I think I'm going to just let it sit here. I mean, I could try to finish it off. It's going to be a tough one, though. We could do Fist of Polaris again. The problem is if I miss, it's gonna suck. If I can get past that first dodge, though, and killing this thing early would be really, really nice. I don't even need to necessarily kill it. I just need to do enough damage. Also, speaking of, these guys need to be... Everyone should be at full health here, and all their stuff should have reset. I think I said I was going to do this off screen, and I completely forgot to do so. Alright, anyway. Yeah, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to use Stamina to unexhaust Fist of Polaris, and then I'm going to go ahead and activate it to attack here. I'm going to go ahead and just attack in place. It's going to, of course, dodge. Okay, this time only 1, so it's at 17 defense. No flanking this time. Okay, so that's 14 in total if I let it miss. 14 in total. Well, it's 15 in total exactly. So, because I have -1 because of attacking into hindering, but I got +2 because of Soul Blade combo. If I roll slightly higher on this, this could work out. I'm going to use a Bottle Blessing. I'm going to re-roll both and see what I get. Okay, that works. So 17, 18, so it does hit. It's going to be base damage 1, because obviously it has 17 defense at the moment. So 1 damage base, +2 from Soul Blades. We'll bring it up to 3. Then 6, 9, 11, 16. I'll do 16 damage to it. And then I'm going to... Oh, actually, I could have forebode. I'm going to instead of burning a card, I can use forebode instead to reroll any dice, as long as it's not a black die. The previous one that I used for the Doom Break, that was a black die, so I had to use an item. Okay, so that does save me. That will save me a little bit. All right, so I can either quick blow off of this, or I could false idol. I'm going to go ahead and just false idol for now. Let's see. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to false idol for now. All right, make the attack. It's already used its dodge. And there's the bare minimum roll, which I tend to roll very often in this game. Now I'll Bottle Blessing. There we go. 17, 18, which is going to be 2 damage base, 3, 4 for the sword combo, 7, 10 from shields, 12 from books, and then 22 from burst, because there are 2 of them there. So 22 damage, way more overkill than I needed. But that completely wipes out the Gavaden. Alright, 9 gold. I did burn 2 consumables for that, so that's a bit rough. But I got to show off kind of what she does. As you can see, I roll really bad. So this build is completely designed to get me as many rerolls as possible and maximize my bonuses, so I can actually just hit anyway. Alright. So it goes to Zeke's turn next. Zeke is hasted, so should be getting 1 stamina here. I'm going to go ahead and activate Mend to get ourselves some heal tokens. The goal, of course, is going to be to hold on to our Exalted Summoning and Fortune Telling so we can deal with the Corpse Collector. I'm going to spend a stamina to move. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go 8, 9 to here. So 1 more stamina. We are moving 7 now because we have cloth. And her total HP should be 24. Yeah, 24. 12 plus 12. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and do... Oh, should have gotten +1 stamina because of Proof of Divinity. Before I move... Actually, so yeah, before I move, I need to put Courage onto Nightingale and give her haste. So take care of all of that. Then, of course, I'll move. Did all the movement. And then I'm going to go ahead and put Intervention up on Shayless. And then I'll go ahead and put Barrier up as well. Just in case. Okay, that is it for that. Goes to Corpse Collector. Corpse Collector is not going to have anyone nearby. But we do need to do a shit ton of rolling, so let's go ahead and get that started. I'm going to start with the top one. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one next. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The one there. 3. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 3. 1, 2, 3. One way you can also if you're having trouble keeping track of which ones you do, I sometimes will just flip them, and then flip them back on the next round. We'll do that tentacle down there at the bottom. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are stacked. And then another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it for Corpse Collector. Then that's it for that. It will also spawn Murky Merkhounds, but there are already 3 on the board. Next, it's going to go straight into Nightingale's turn. These tentacles can actually be a little bit helpful as far as like speeding things along, because they will drag you towards the Corpse Collector. Well, it tries to. It's going to end up just slamming you against walls, really. Anyway, I am hasted, so I get +1 stamina. I'm going to use the Infection and take 1 damage, and then move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to go ahead and activate God Machine and move 3 spaces. Then I'm going to go ahead and activate Like the Shadows and move 2 more spaces. Okay. And then we're going to start shooting. We'll start with Precise Strike against the red Water Loa. My dice now are blue and gray, so I don't need these dice anymore. Okay, blue and gray. Alright, 14 in total. This thing has 11 defense, so it's going to be 3 damage base, +2 for Morbid Leather brings it up to 5. And then symbols still work even if they're arcane. I'm going to get +4 from the burst, which brings it up to 9 damage in total. I could use Masterwork and just kill this thing. No, it won't kill. It'll come close, though. Yeah, so 14, 3, 5, 9. Yeah, so I'll do 9 damage. Yeah, I'll just take the 9. That's fine. Okay. And then I'm going to quick blow off of that. Fire again. Alright, 17. So that's going to be that's going to be 6 damage base, +2 for Morbid Leather, and then plus the burst damage is going to finish it off. So that takes care of red. $12 gold, I'll take it. 106. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and shoot regularly, aiming for purple Water Loa. Okay, so that's 16 in total, so it'll be 5 damage base, +2 for Morbid Leather, and then I'll Brutal Slaughter to bring it up to 13, and then this will bring it up to 17, which will almost kill it. Let's make sure I did that. Well, I could actually kill it. So like I said, it was 11. That's 16 there, which would be 5, +2 is 7, 13 because of Brutal Slaughter, and then 17. So what I can do is I can exhaust the Masterwork, and that'll bring it up to 18 damage exactly, which will kill it. Okay, that's it for Water Loas. 14 gold. Puts us at 120. Alright. So as you can see, it's going to revolve around the Arson Sisters for this stuff. Anyway, Murky Merkhounds go next. I'm going to count steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so all Murky Merkhounds are out of range, and they will not leave water voluntarily, so they will not be able to reach... they're not going to be able to reach the others. Also, this thing is missing a tile. I just noticed that. Should be like a river here. So it was missing quite a bit of things over here. Okay, But that's all. That should be fixed now. Alright, but yeah, in any case, the Murky Mercounts can't get in melee. They're just out of range for attacking with the range strike, so they're not going to do anything this round. Next, it goes to Rook. Rook is going to spend a stamina to move and get going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, that should be good. I'm going to go ahead and do intervention and put that onto Nightingale. And that should be it for right now. That's the end of first round. There's no loot in the water, so no need to worry about moving tokens around or anything like that. Looks like Corpse Collector is going next, followed by Murky Mercounts. Okay, so we'll start with the one in the top left. 2. It's going to go after closest. Yeah, nearest opponent. So it's going to go on top of Nightingale. Once it hits her turn, stuff will happen. All right. Then this one here. 8. It's going to go on to Nightingale as well. Okay. Then that one there. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next one. 2. 1, 2. This one. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then that one there. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that'll be it for this round. Let me just verify some rules on tentacles. So, no, I'm looking at roots. If an opponent starts their turn on the same spot of the token, you put the token on their card as a special effect. Okay, got it. Alright, with all that said and done, that is it for Corpse Collectors. Now it goes to Shayless. Shayless is going to get 4 stamina. There we go. Alright, so the big thing here is we need to get this. We need to get these Mercounts moving as soon as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Easiest way to make that happen, of course, is to get moving. So I'll spend 1 stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to go to right there. And that's going to be it for her. Yep. Then it's going to go Murky Mercounts. The red one can shoot at Shayless. Shayless is going to dodge. She's going to use Ninjutsu. Okay, 4 plus... Yeah, so we have 19 defense. It actually can't hit. The highest it can get is 18. So it misses. Then it's going to move. It gets +2 movement, so it has 8 movement here. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and say hello to Shayless again. Shayless is going to dodge using the Lorelei's Tainted Gift. And then she's going to reroll using the Morbid Leather. Alright, just +1, so we're at 16 defense. Alright, let's see what you got. That's 14, so it's a miss. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 stamina to counter. I'm not flanking, so it's just going to be +2. What is that total? 14? Yeah, so 12 plus 2 from the finesse combos is a total of 14. So I hit. So nearly bare minimums, but I still hit. The lowest you can get on these dice, by the way, is a 5. So I'm getting pretty low rolls here. So 14 exactly. plus 2 damage from the Soul Blade, so 2 damage base. And then the burst will bring it up to 7. So 7 damage exactly to the Murky Murkhound. And then I'm going to quick blow off of that. Alright, 15, 17, so I definitely hit this time. So 3 damage base, plus 2 for Morbid Leather brings up to 5. Goes up to 7 for the sword combo. Then 10, 12, 17 damage, which will finish off the Murkhound. So these initial spawns will give loot, but the ones that spawn from the Corpse Collector will not. 10 gold. So we're at 130. Alright, not too bad. Then it's going to be these Corpse Collectors' turn. They're out of range. Well, they're not out of range, but they're blocked by the terrain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, can't reach. Alright. That is it for Murkhounds. Goes to Rook. Rook is going to get up to 5 stamina. We'll spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to spend a stamina to... well, I'll give Intervention. Well, actually, before I move, I'll give Intervention to Zeke. Then move. Then I'm going to spend a I just spent the stamina. I'm going to do a re-equip and take the shield off of Shayless and equip it. I could equip both shields. Would it really help, though? Not really. Alright, well, in any case, this will... Same armor, but we'll have plus 2 health, which is nice. And then, anything else I really want to mess with? Not really. So we're just going to wait. I'm going to try to use the Font of Renewal once we get down to this lower floor, or this lower area. I mean, you can kind of make it work if you place it here. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then once you get down here, it won't be able to help you. Alright, so that's it for Rook. Goes to Nightingale. She does have tentacles. So she gets 2 of them. Each tentacle during her status phase is going to move her 2 spaces towards the nearest Corpse Collector. But literally, it's just going to move her here, and then she gets stuck because Rook and the others are in the way. Alright, then if I want to, I can start moving. Of course, we'll go ahead and get maxed out stamina here. So let's, I'm going to go ahead and activate God Machine and move 3 spaces with Flight. This will trigger the blue totem. Behind you, a howl rings through the air. If there are no Gavaden on the board, spawn 2 Gavaden on the west side of Tile UM43. These Gavaden have the following AI step where they always will move towards adventurers. Alright, so it says it just says west side of Tile UM43, so I can put them anywhere. So if I really want to be a meanie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not much I can do about that. And then, yeah, we can put 1 here. I'm going to put the other one up here to hinder it a bit. Okay, so I used the God Machine to get to that position. That will resolve that blue totem. We need to add Gavaden back to the initiative. And then I'm going to take a damage to move using the infection and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that puts me in range. So it'll cost me 2 more stamina, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and pop Doombreak. Right? So we get 1 stamina, no flip. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this is no longer exhausted. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 stamina to shoot at the red Gavaden. Red Gavaden is going to dodge. Okay, plus 1, so it has 17 defense. I get 17 exactly. Perfect. That means I hit. which means I get to keep my courage. So base damage is 0, and then we get +3 for every 2 shields. So we got 3 physical there, and then 2 books for otherworldly. So 5, 7, 11 from the burst. So 11 damage in total to the red Gavaden, like so. I will go ahead and quick blow off of that and shoot again. Alright, 16 does hit exactly, barely. So base damage is 0. We get 3 from the shields, and then 5 from the books, and then 9 from the burst, so 9 damage in total. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and Precise Strike. Alright, is that bare minimum? That is not. I'm going to use the quiver and reroll the 5. Okay, 18. So that's going to be 2 damage base, and then 5 from the shields, 7, 9 from books, 13, 17 from burst. So more than enough to kill that Gavaden. So that's 1 down. And we get 7 gold. 1, 3, 7. Alright. And then with that, I'm going to go ahead and activate Like the Shadows. And move up 2 spaces. And that'll be it for her turn. Goes to Gavaden. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll be able to attack. I should have measured that better. Oh well. Nightingale will dodge using a stamina. Okay, 4, so that puts her at 17 defense. This attack will be at -1. Okay, misses. Then it's going to try to move and get in range of the furthest attacker. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's going to attack Shayless, because Shayless is higher on the initiative. Shayless is going to use 1 stamina to dodge and see what she gets. Oh, that works. Worst roll ever, but for those who don't know how the rolling works in the Tabletop Simulator, it will the frame that you hit the roll button, it will throw the die in the air, and on that first frame, it'll put it in a random orientation. And then it'll give it a random torque and a random axis, and then that's what will cause the spin. So in this case, it gave it just a random orientation, and then the torque was very, very low. In any case, let's go ahead and make that attack. 11's definitely a miss. I could do Overwatch and counters and all that good stuff, but I'm not going to. I don't want this thing to get courage early. All right. And then it's going to go to Zeke next. Alright, so what Zeke's going to do, he's going to go ahead and give Barrier to Nightingale. I should be getting stamina here. There we go. He'll go ahead and give Intervention to nobody at the moment, because Rook's not in range. Yeah, he'll just give a stamina. And go to here. Then he's going to activate, he's going to try to rip off the tentacles that are on Nightingale. Yeah, it figures with the tentacle or adjacent allies may spend 1 stamina to do a strength 10 check. So that is going to be the plan. We'll do a strength 10 check. Okay, so Zeke has 4 strength, so that's 1 tentacle down. Tentacles that have been removed, place it on an unoccupied space adjacent to the Corpse Collector at the end of the Corpse Collector's next turn. So we'll just put that there for now. And then I'm going to spend another stamina to go ahead and rip off another one. 10 exactly, so that gets rid of that one. The main reason I wasn't too worried about the tentacles until the Gavaden got up here, because I did bad positioning. If I had gotten dragged by the tentacles, it would have went around this route here, and it would have dragged me right past the Gavaden as it wrecks me. So that is it for that round. We'll go ahead and shuffle initiative. Okay. So we got something going here. Rook goes first. Just see what the terrain there is. I could provoke an attack. If I move away, I provoke an attack. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to attempt to paralysis. Well, first he's going to give himself intervention. So I'll cost him a stamina. So intervention. I need a blue die. And then I'm going to do paralysis on the Gavaden. And I'm going to empower it. I can empower with nothing. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to spend a stamina to empower it as well. Alright, so blue plus empower. So that's a total of, I rolled bare minimum, but I get 2 books, so that's 7, and that brings up to 13 in total. Alright, gets 11, so it gets paralyzed. That's all I really need to do, because then now I can't do any counterattacks or anything like that. Alright, I'm going to spend a stamina to move. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then that'll be it for him. Goes to Merkhound's next. So this purple one is going to move to say hello to Rook there. Rook is... I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to dodge. Okay. And then he's going to attack. 15 versus 15, so it does hit. It's going to do base damage 0. It's going to do 3 damage, which gets negated by his armor, and then it's going to potentially paralyze him if I don't counter. So I'm going to exhaust this to counter. It's going to be a blue die plus a teal from the Organi Blade, and we get plus one to the attack. So 14, 15 does hit. It'll do 1 damage base. Or 2 damage because of the burst. So 2 damage, and then another 2 from the shield, so 4 damage in total. And then the other one is not going to move at all, because it can't get into melee range because it only had that's the only water tile here. I was actually hoping to lower both of them. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot. Plus, it should have been another plus 2 damage because of the Merkhound itself. That still only totals up to 5 physical damage, and he has 5 armor, so it's still 0, so I can still counter. Alright, so that's it for Merkhounds. Goes to Shayless. Shayless is going to go maxed out stamina, spend 1 to move. She'll go right here. Actually, you know what? Screw the flanking. We're just gonna swing. Okay. We'll start with Vista Polaris. It can't dodge because he's paralyzed. I'm attacking to hindering, but I do have +2 to the attack because of my sword combo, so it's just gonna be an overall +1. All right, so that's 18 in total versus 16 defense. So 2 damage base +2 from the sword combo brings it up to 4. And then 7, 10 from shields, 12 from books, and then 22 in total from burst. So a total of 22 damage on the first strike. And then I will quick blow off of that. $14, $15, that's going to be a miss, so I'm going to go ahead and use Forebode and re-roll both dice. I do even worse. I'll do Intervention and do even worse. I will take the miss. He is going to get Courage, but he can't counter because he is paralyzed. I will lose my Courage. Then I'm going to spend a stamina to reapply Courage using the Chalice. Then I'm going to Blade Works and attack again. And then miss again. So there goes Courage. Actually, I could have hit if I had used the Masterwork, but that was my fault. But yeah, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and just take the miss and lose it. Then I'll False Idol. 13, 14. It'll be a miss. I'll spend 2 stamina and attack again. 14, 15. I'll go ahead and pop Masterwork, and I'll bring it up to 16. It won't be enough to kill, though. But I can do this. Get 1 stamina. So let's go ahead and total this up. It's 15 base, 16 because of Masterwork. It's going to do 2 damage base, and then another 3 from shield, so 5 damage in total. So, and then I just rolled for the Doom Break. I don't flip it. I get 1 stamina back. I'll use that 1 stamina to quick blow off that attack. And get 15 plus 1 because of the sword combo. Well, plus 2 from the sword combo, and then minus 1 because of hindering. It totals up to 16 exactly, which will get us 2 damage base from the sword combo, and then another 3 from the shield. So I do manage to kill this thing. But you saw how bad my rolls are. Like, this is what I have to do to actually make a reasonable build here. So that's Gavarin's dead. We'll go ahead and draw another loot. Get 7 gold, which I think is the bare minimum for rare tier. Alright, and that is it for Shayless. Goes to Zeke. Zeke, I need you to go do some things. First things first, we did hit with Courage, and then of course get a bunch of stamina. So what we're going to do here is we're going to reapply Courage and give it to Shayless there. I do have line of sight, thanks to where she moved. I'm also going to give her an intervention token. I can just take the one that's there. Alright, now I can either go for the loot token, or I can keep pressing onward. I kind of need Zeke to press onward, because he's the one that's going to take care of the Corpse Collector. So we'll spend a stamina and get moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and... so I spent an extra stamina for the extra movement. Spend stamina for the Banished Knowledge to get haste onto Rook. Go ahead and get Barrier up on Rook as well. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and spend my last 2 stamina to attack. Alright, 17. They have 14 defense, so it'll be 3 damage base. 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll do a total of 10 damage to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw one of my axes. It's going to be a red die. Okay, as long as I didn't roll bare minimum, that'll be enough to finish that one off. Alright, Murky Murkhound down. 12 gold. 1, 5, 6. Alright, that is it for Zeke. Goes to Corpse Collector. Corpse Collector is going to roll for all of these. I'm not going to bother rolling for the one that's underneath Rook, because it's just going to stay underneath him. I'm going to start with the left one. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to go on to Shayless. Okay. Next one. This one's going to go towards Zeke. Okay. The next one is also going to get to Zeke. Alright. Otherwise, spawn a combatant based off the rules. It's going to spawn a Murkhound here. Everything else is done. And then at the end of its next turn, it will put tentacles on the board. So we're just going to put them right here, stack it all up. Okay. Then it goes to Nightingale's turn. So what I'm going to do with Nightingale is she's going to get 4 stamina. I'm going to use God Machine to move 3 spaces. To go to here. Spend a stamina to loot the red loot token. Stuck down in the rocks, you find the corpse of a monster. Shuffle the monster cards for the Gatekeeper, Blighted Guardian, Gavadin, Merkhound, and Corpse Collector. Then draw one at random. So what we don't want is the Corpse Collector. If we get the Corpse Collector, then it's going to be a wasted card when we inevitably kill the other one. So Corpse Collector, Blighted Guardian, Merkhound, Gatekeeper, Blighted Guardian, Gavadin, and Gavadin. I think that's everything. Gatekeeper, Blighted Guardian, Gavadin, Merkhound, and Corpse Collector. Okay, we get the Poppet. That's actually probably the best one, because I don't think there's any Gatekeepers nearby. They wouldn't really be... Well, I mean, we've seen them outdoors, so it's possible. Alright, then draw one at random. Okay, so that is red loot taken care of. We'll just leave things there. Okay, next... I'm going to... It's not really an easy way to do this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just do like the shadows, move 2 more spaces out of that. Then I'll spend the stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're just going to stop there and wait till next round. Okay, Shayless goes first. 4 stamina. Refresh everything, spend a stamina to move. 1. Oh, first things first, she actually gets a tentacle on her. So the tentacle is going to resolve first, which is going to drag her 2 spaces closer. Like that, I guess. Alright, then I'll spend stamina, which I just did, to move. 1, 2, 3. We'll make the jump check. Pass it. 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. 9. So I'll put that. Okay, goes to Murky Merkhounds. This one is not going to get anywhere, which is a little annoying because they're just going to pile up in here until we do something about it. But the other one is going to move up. Does it have line of sight? It does not. So it's going to go ahead and try to move to be as adjacent as many opponents as possible, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will provoke an attack from Shayless, so she will go ahead and do that. Alright, 14, 16 because of blades, so it does hit. It's going to be 2 damage base plus 2 from the sword combo for 4. Then 7, and then 12 damage in total. Okay, and then I'm going to quick blow off of that. And I'm going to go ahead and activate Doom Break. Get that stamina back. Quick blow. Alright, so that's a higher roll than even the previous one. That's going to finish that Merkhound out. Finish that off that Merkhound. That's the last one that was already spawned, so that one will give us loot. The rest of them will not. 14 gold. Putting us at 170. Alright. Then it goes to Nightingale. Nightingale is not sitting on... she does have tentacles, doesn't she? No, she doesn't. So she's going to get moving. And things are going to get ugly. Because, as you can see, there's things all over the place here. So, let's go ahead and get our 4 stamina. I'm going to take a point of damage from the infection, so I can start moving. I'm going to jump. So I can go 1, 2... So that's 10, 12, 14... 10, 12, 14, 16. If I want to jump from here to get there. Sure, I'll try it. We'll see what happens. So DC is 10, 12, 14. It'll be 16. I am getting Zeke to help with the jump. So it's going to be a total of plus 9 to this. I fail it. I'll go ahead and I'm going to intervention that. 8 plus 9, or 8 plus her agility, which is 5, brings up to 13, and then that brings up to 17. And that was 10, 12, 14, 16. So yeah, that passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6. 7, 8. Oh, actually, before I move, because I just got line of sight of yellow, so let's do yellow. You spot a pair of Gavardin on the other side of the river. Spawn 2 Gavardin adjacent to the space this totem occupied. For each Gavardin you cannot spawn an Earth Loa instead. Alright, so more Gavardin. Can't have enough of those. What does it say? Adjacent to the space this totem occupied. Alright, in that case, we'll put 1 there. And we'll put 1 there. Okay. Alright, so I'm at 6 right now. 7, 8, which did I spend the stamina for that? Yes, I did. And then 1 more. 9, 10. We'll trigger red totem. We are not triggering green because the corpse collector is blocking the line of sight right now. So just FYI. So, red totem. Across the river, a girl turns to face you. Spawn a living oblation on the space this totem occupies. The encounter Esper is a celestial Gygus. So she can summon a Gary's. Alright. There is a new tier of living oblation. Also something to talk about as far as promo cards. There are 3 promo cards that actually not only introduce a character you can use in crawl mode, but also introduce a variant of the Living Oblation and Living Antediluvian. Antediluvian. That ends up kind of being variants, and the way it works is if you have those variants and you're playing with them, whenever you spawn, you just take all the initiative cards of those types and shuffle them, and then whichever one you draw is the one you spawn. So kind of neat. Anyway, it's going to be in the red. It's going to be in terrain here. It has 15 defense, and it of course has nimble, which makes it even more difficult to hit. So the main thing here is we need to get in range to make her do stuff other than summon, because we don't want her summoning. Alright. And of course, killing her is going to be a thing as well. Alright, so we're at 3 stamina right now. I'm going to go ahead and risk... Okay, so I don't flip it. I get 1 stamina back. I'm done with my movement. I'm going to go ahead and do God Machine next and move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. And then I'll go ahead and move 2 more spaces using like the shadows. I'm just going to move 1 space because I just want to be in the difficult terrain. Or hindering terrain, rather. Yeah, and in any case, I won't be able to get in range beyond that. Unless... Do I want to do it that way? Yeah, we'll do it this way. We'll see what happens. Alright. So I'm going to spend 2 stamina to shoot. This will prompt it to do a Nimble Dodge. So let's go ahead and roll for Nimble. Okay, so that puts her at 20 defense, and I'm at -1 to the shot. So 18, -1, 17. So it's going to miss, unfortunately. It's going to burn her courage. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and Precise Strike now. And shoot again. Okay, that's a bare minimum roll, so I'm going to use Kill the Messenger to change that to a 10. Alright, so that's 20 -1 because of hindering terrain makes it 19. So it's going to be 4 damage base plus 5 because of Precise Strike brings it up to 9. So we're at 9 damage so far. And then 9 damage so far. And then we get +3 from the shield, so that brings up to 12, 14 because of the books, and then 22 because of the burst. So it's a total of 22 damage to the living antediluvian. And then I'm going to quick blow off of that to shoot again. Alright, 16, 15, it hits exactly. So base damage is 0. Get plus... Oh, sorry, I forgot the Morbid Leather damage as well. So +2 from that last attack as well. Okay, so 24 in total. Now it's without courage. Alright, then... So 15, so it goes to 3 damage base, 5 from books, and then 9 for the burst. So 9 damage in total. Okay. I am going to go ahead and pop Ambitious. So 2 stamina and everyone else gets 1. I'm going to spend 2 stamina to shoot. Oh, actually, that was... I missed shots. Okay, wait, I'm not doing it yet. I'm not sure if that if I gave one to Zeke. So I could also do Brutal Slaughter here, because that was my 3rd attack. Because I did normal attack, which missed, and then I did Precise Strike, then Quick Blow. So the Quick Blow, I can Brutal Slaughter it for 6 damage, putting us at 39 out of 40. I'm then going to go ahead and activate the Subjugator at any time. If an opponent within range 6 has 5 or less remaining HP, you can make an attack to instant kill it. And the key thing here is at any time, which means you can do it outside your turn, which is kind of cool. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and activate it and shoot. That's going to be a miss. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll the 4. 18, that's a hit. That'll kill it. Amazing damage. So yeah, the Brutal Slaughter definitely made it made that workable. Alright. Now we don't have to worry about her. Now I didn't even have to use my once per encounter ability. So 8 gold. There's a lot of stuff to keep track of, so as always I apologize for any mistakes I make. But I think I'm okay at this point. Alright, that is it for Nightingale. It's going to go Gavaden next. This one can go 6 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of range, this one can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even with jumping, can't get in range of anyone. So the Gavaden are just going to sit there. Then it's going to go straight into Corpse Collector. So Corpse Collector is going to make these move. So this one's going to go on to Nightingale. And that one's also going to go on to Nightingale. Okay. Is there anyone within reach 4? 1, 2, 3, 4? No. Is there anyone within... is there anyone adjacent? No. So it's going to spawn another Merc Hound. Alright. Then it goes to Zeke. Zeke is sitting on 1 and 2. So 2 tentacles. And I'm not sure if it's just going to be straight into the wall or not. I think it is. So I'm just going to say it's just going to bump, and that's it. And what Zeke's going to do for his turn is, well, 1, he needs a bunch of stamina. And we need to get in range of the Corpse Collector here. There's a couple ways we can do this. We do have Chalice and Manala if you're really desperate. But we'll see if we can make this happen. We are in regular terrain, so I can definitely make a jump from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be 10, 12, 14 with Rook's help. Alright, so 9, 13, 19, so it definitely passes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to jump using Shayless for help. Actually, what's Shayless strength? 3? 7. No, I'm not going to jump again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. Puts us there. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and flip. Well, I don't need to flip it. I could get away with just being manipulating the initiative if we need to, so I think I'll wait. Goes to Rook's turn. Rook is going to get Tentacle on him as well. It's just going to bump against the wall. Okay, spend a stamina. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if it goes around. I'm pretty sure as the rules of polling go. Actually, what does it say? Is it polling? No, it just says move 2 spaces towards the nearest Corpse Collector. Let me check that. Be right back. Okay, so let me check that in hindsight. I think I should have been dragged some spaces. Which, if that would be the case, I would be going 4 spaces with Zeke. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, and then his movement would start, and he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like that. And then 12, 13. So it'd be what, 7, 9, 11, 13 to get to there. Like I said, I'm not entirely certain. That would have also changed things for Nightingale a little bit. It would actually make her easier to get closer to her target, but I'm not gonna rewind that. I mean, it's kind of like the step where move towards the nearest adventurer. They won't just bump against walls. It's not pushing and pulling. It's literally telling you just move towards. So I think that's how it works. Which does make things easier for me, because that just got me in range at the cost of all my stamina. I'm going to go ahead and do Exalted Summoning. SOI is halved because mature corpse collectors are submerged, or partially submerged, but I have Hemlock and Sarah, so my SOI is 6 and halved at the 3. So I'm in range. I'm going to do Menace the Contractor as always. And do 17 damage to it. We'll just mark it for posterity, but chances are we're going to kill it. Unless Zeke dies first, in which case then problems will occur. Alright, then it goes to Rook's turn. He does have a tentacle, so he's going to move 1 space closer like that. Then he is hasted, so he should have 4 stamina. He'll spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6, 8, 10 puts you there. I'll reapply intervention. Oh, also on Zeke's turn, since I'm already over there, I could do intervention and courage on Nightingale. Sorry, there's just a lot of things to keep track of. So reapply all those. In which case that means Rook doesn't need to do anything. Alright, that is end of round. We're not triggering the green totem because of the enemies that are in the way. Alright, Gavaden go first. Or sorry, Zeke goes first, then Gavaden. Alright, well, Zeke's going to go ahead and just move down at the cost of 1 stamina. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, there's not much we can do here. We're just gonna kind of have to endure. Alright. So yeah, I'll spend 2 stamina to attack the Merchound that's in front of me. 14 exactly, so it does hit. It's going to do 3 damage. We'll target red. Alright. Should have given himself courage, but too late now. Alright. Oh, wait, it's his. So we actually have to do this in order. So before I'll keep the attack. But what's going to happen here is I'm actually going to get dragged by the tentacles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which puts me there. All right, and then the Mercount is going to attack. Could do the break attack here, so I'm going to be able to dodge still. Okay, so that's 5 plus, yeah, so 17 defense. Mercount's going to attack. Alright, I'll go ahead and counter, but I'm still going to continue to be dragged. So I think what will happen is it's going to move 2 spaces like that from the first token, but since I'm going to be interrupting that movement with a counter, I'm going to end up there. In any case, also I don't have courage yet because this is on my start of my turn. So 14, so it's going to do another 3 damage. Okay, and then the second token will activate and drag me 2 more spaces, and that'll put me there. Okay, with all that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and put courage on myself now. So the reason why I had that extra attack is because I countered, and then during my turn I'll attack again. Then I'll spend a stamina to move to get back out of water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which I should have had 4 stamina, so move. Yeah, I should still be at 1 stamina. Okay, is there anything else I could mess around with? Not really. So we're just going to call it there. Let the Gavaden go next. So red Gavaden can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I can do an Overwatch shot from here, so I will. So I'm going to do Overwatch. He is going to attempt to dodge. It's going to have 19 defense. I have +1 to the attack because I'm shooting through without moving. But I'm also shooting through hindering terrain, so it's going to be -1. So here goes nothing. Overwatch shot. That's 16 in total. What do they have? 19? Do they have, yeah, 19 defense. I would have to roll pretty much max to hit at this point, so I'll just take the miss, which will give it courage. And then it's going to attack Zeke. Zeke is going to dodge with a stamina. Alright, so that's going to put him at 15 defense. Which barely misses. Then it's going to move to go after the furthest target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To there. It didn't miss, so it loses courage again. And it's going to attack Zeke again, because Zeke's furthest up on the initiative. So here's the next attack. 13 does hit. So it's going to be 1 damage base, and then every shield is +1, so he'll take 3. Then the current is going to drag the Gavarin this way, provoking a break attack from Nightingale. Nightingale will take the break attack. So 17, 18, that hits. It's already burned its dodge, so it's going to be 2 damage base. 3, 4, 7. I'll do a total of 7 damage. Actually, yeah, I'll do 7 damage. That's fine. Okay, then I'll quick blow off of that. And I'll intervention that. Okay, 18, 19. So that's going to be 3 damage. I'll go ahead and use a Masterwork because I don't have any other attacks. So it's going to be 4 damage base, +2 from Morbid Leather brings up to 6. Then 7, 8 from books, 11 from shields, and then 15 from the burst. Putting it at 22 out of 30. Alright. And then the other Gavarin goes. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that way. It's going to attack Zeke. Zeke can't dodge. He's out of stamina. That's going to hurt. Alright, so 18. So it's going to be 6 damage base. 6 damage base, 7, 8, 9. I'll do 9 damage in total. Alright, then it's going to move again and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and attack Zeke again. Okay, 13 does hit. It's going to do 2 damage. Okay, then it's going to drag him up 2 spaces. Both of them will take 1 damage. Not a big deal, though, for them. Yep, okay, so that takes care of all of that. Then it goes Merchounds, which is going to be a bit of a problem. Because they're going to shred. Okay, it's not the end of the world. If they take out Zeke, I can revive him with Rook. So that's not the end of the world. Alright, well, in any case, Murky Merchound's going to shoot. Does have a straight shot for Rook, so it's actually going to shoot at Rook, because Rook has highest armor. Rook will spend a stamina to dodge. Alright, so he's at 15 defense. Well, that's 17. That's going to hit and possibly paralyze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just nano robes that so I don't get paralyzed. Alright, then it's going to try to move to be adjacent to as many opponents as possible. Zeke is the closest, and Zeke is highest on initiative, so it's going to attack Zeke. Alright, 13, so it does hit. It'll be 1 damage base, 2, 3. I'll do 3 damage, and then potentially paralyze. So I'll roll for the conviction check. Alright, 14. It was 12, so okay. Managed to oh, actually, sorry, it's going to do another 4 damage on top of that, because Murky Merchound. So he's almost dead. Alright, then the next shot, next Merchound's going to go. It's going to shoot at Zeke, because he's the only target. 11, it's a miss, and then it's going to go ahead and attack him. Alright. And misses with an 11. Okay, I'm not sure how Zeke is alive, but he is. Okay, so that takes care of all that. Then it goes to Rook. Rook is going to get 4 stamina. He is going to get dragged by tentacles, which will provoke a break attack from both of them. We'll start with purple first. I'll let the first attack just go in. 11, which is a miss. The second one is attacking through an ally, so it will be at -1. So that's 15 minus 1, which is 14. Does hit. So it'll be 2 damage base, 3 from the shield, and then -2 armor. So it will do 0 damage, even with the armor piercing. All right, that resolves that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can make happen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 stamina to do Font of Renewal. I'm going to put it over here. Okay. Then I'm going to Intervention Nightingale. I'm then going to go ahead and spend 2 stamina to do an empowered Root the Mind on the purple Gavaden. Yeah, just the purple Gavaden. Alright, so 12 in total. Empower didn't do much. 12 exactly. Alright, and that'll be it for right now. Yep, that's going to be it for right now. I could have countered with first piece of the Pontifex. I should have done that, actually, when I got dragged over. I'll do that for the red Gavaden. I'm going to do a counter with Courage Stifle. No Empower or anything. So that's 16 in total. Because if it connects, I'll kill it. Okay, so that'll finish it off. So just to explain what happened, I got dragged by the tentacle. These things have provoke too, so that put me in break attack range of both of them. The purple, I think, just flat out miss. And then the red one hit but didn't do any damage. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say I counter using the first piece of the Pontifex, which lets me cast a spell instead of attack. And then, of course, that's 16. Gavaden didn't pass the check, so it's going to finish off that Gavaden, which is good, because we need to get rid of them. I'm going to go ahead and just do this to clear the board. And we get 9 gold, putting us at 187. Okay. So that's 1 down. We still failed the paralysis, but that's okay. That is it for Rook. It's going to go Corpse Collector. Corpse Collector is going to roll a black die to see if it lives. It does, or does it? Because I'm going to go ahead and fortune tell it to die, which will get us the Lotus Blossom, which we'll just add to the pile of loot here. At this point, we might as well stack them because. There we go. Alright, and the reason why I have so much space is because of the backpack. Okay, so that's going to finish off Corpse Collector, which is going to get rid of all the tentacles. Oh, the rest of them are underneath him, I think. No? I feel like I missed some tentacles, but I don't think it matters that much. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not sure what happened to them. I'm not going to worry about it. The tentacles actually helped me more than hurt me in most cases, so it is what it is. Oh, there you are. They were going to go on her the upcoming round. Alright, so that is Corpse Collector dealt with. Line of sight with the totem is still blocked by the Merchounds. Yeah, I did check in a future because even though they're submerged and you can't target them, they still block line of sight. It's really weird. In any case, that is it for Rook. Goes to Nightingale. Nightingale's going to heal for 2. Refresh her stuff. Get 4 stamina. She'll go ahead and roll this. And then she's going to intervention token the black die. So she doesn't flip it. Alright, and then with all that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 stamina to shoot this Gavaden here. The Gavaden will dodge. Alright, so it has 20 defense. Have fun. I have +1 to the attack because I'm not moving. I miss horribly. I'll just take the miss. It will get courage and then will counter. I will spend a stamina to dodge. Alright, I have 14 defense. Or sorry, 17 defense. It's going to be -1 because of the hindering, so that puts at 15. And I have 17 defense, so it misses. Then I will go ahead and counter. Because I can. Alright, I will re-roll the 5. Okay, 17, 18, so it's going to be 2 damage base. I will go ahead and use Masterwork to make it 19 in total. So that'll give me 3 damage base, +2 for Morbid Leather, brings it up to 5, and then 7, 10, I'll do a total of 10 damage to it. Okay. That was my counter. I'll quick blow off of that. Alright, 4 is the minimum, so I'm going to use Kill the Messenger and max it out. So I'm at 21 now. So that's going to be 5 damage base, 7 because of Morbid Leather, 10, 12, 20 damage exactly. And that will finish it off. From all those burst. So 8 gold puts us at 195. Bye bye Gavadens again. That is our 3rd pack of Gavadens, by the way. Yeah. So right now the Merchounds are in the way. I will go ahead and I think I'm going to wait until next round to deal with the Merchounds. So I'm going to go ahead and let Nightingale sit for there. I tried to use the Infection. That would have been more efficient, but that's okay. Goes to Shayless. Spends a stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6, 8, 10. And that'll be it for her. And that will end the round. Shuffle the initiative. That's what we're looking at for the start of next turn. I am going to go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Eeyore. This was Middara on Tabletop Simulator. When we come back, we'll continue the rest of this battle. See ya.